Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good afternoon. Good evening and good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys all doing well out there. Hope this show finds you in good spirits, as it should. Should find you in good spirits, dag nabbit. Missed you guys yesterday. Yesterday was a big day, so was not able to be here. But I'm happy to be back with you guys. We got a lot to talk about in regards to this particular case, and things have gotten pretty insane. Let me explain something to you guys. When I hear stuff like this just really burns my cookies. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. This kind of information is the reason why we got problems out here in these streets, okay, between blue and the rest of the colors in the rainbow, okay? Because this kind of stuff doesn't only happen, this happens a lot. But this one, this excuse is very new to me. Very, very new. This one is very new. I've never heard of this before in my doggone life. Had to pause the music because, oh my God, you see in the title above or down below, wherever you're watching this show right here, it is shocking. And I can't believe that this is actually coming out of this officer's mouth. All right, music's back on. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to break down. So do me a favor. This is it just really aggravates me, y'all. Okay, really, really aggravates me. But we'll get into it more in just a minute. So please do me a favor, hit that like button down below, crush it, make it do what it do. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms. That'd be greatly appreciated. If you are watching on those other platforms like Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, please do me a favor, follow me, baby. Hit that follow button. I'm on all those things, okay? And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button here on my main channel. Go over. Just take 2 seconds to hop over to my secondary channel on YouTube. It's called The Pascal Show Clips. Crush that subscribe button over there as well. That'd be greatly appreciated, all right? And, of course, if you want to support the channel, hit that join button down below right here on this main channel. Hit that join button, okay? And if you want to support even further, go on to Patreon. Patreon.com/The Pascal Show. It's going underneath me right now in the ticker down below. So go check it out. Okay? Support if you can. That'd be amazing. These purple lights do not pay for their doggone selves. All right, guys. Whoo, sigh. We got a lot of things we got to talk about. And we have not talked about this case in a little bit. And what I'm talking about is the unbelievable, tragic unaliving, okay, of Sonya Massey, okay? She is a mother that called 911 on July 6th, if my memory serves me correctly, because she felt like there was a prowler or an intruder in or around her home. Police answered this 911 call, and we watched the body cam footage. If you didn't see that video, by all means, I really highly recommend you go and check out that video before you check out this video, okay? Because right now we're just giving updates to this whole unbelievable, tragic situation, all right? Police end up getting inside of her house. I don't know how. That's one thing on the body cam that I'm still trying to understand, trying to fully digest myself. How did they get into her home? But they got into her home, okay? And then all hell breaks loose, okay? It goes from 0 to 100 really, really fast. At first, they're asking for her ID. They're asking for, stuff. She's like, I got my papers. I got so on and so forth. Police are sitting there going, I don't know what you're talking about when you say papers, but if you can get your ID, that'd be fantastic. While they're inside her home, they see in the kitchen, okay, because you could see it right there. As soon as you walk in, there's the living room, and then there's the kitchen, right? And it's wide open. They see that there's a pot of water boiling on, or a pot on a stove, and the stove is on. They ask for Sonya to go turn off the fire. Okay? So they do that. Or she does that. She walks over and she starts to turn off the fire. But then, as soon as she does that, there is a very strange exchange that happens between the Officer Grayson, which I'm going to show you his photo here too. Officer Grayson. All right. There's a very strange interaction between Grayson and Massey. Okay. Right before she loses her life. She says something along the lines of, well, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Now, hold on. We talked about this in the other show too. Okay. And I had a feeling something was up. Okay. But I want to make sure that you understand that phrase. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. She said it like maybe 2 times. Okay. As soon as she says this, he says something along the lines of, I'm going to shoot you in the effing face, for lack of a better term. Okay. I'm paraphrasing like a mug. All right. And then she grabs the pot. They say, put the pot down. And then, of course, there's the whole, now it's kind of boiling Watergate. Some people say she threw the pot of water. Some people say she didn't. No matter what, in my personal opinion, it doesn't matter, because what happened to her should not have happened. It's a pot of boiling water. Now, I know that there are other people out here that are, caping, okay, for this man, okay, for this officer, saying what he did was justified. Let me tell you something. It wasn't justified. Yes, I said it, and I don't give a damn. It was not justified. This woman should still be on this planet. Yes, sure, she might have some charges on her and all that stuff, but at the same time, she should still be breathing. She should still be a mother, sister, cousin, auntie, whatever it may be. She should still be on this planet over a pot of water. But you want to know what's even crazier? Remember, like, when we've been talking about this whole situation that happened with the attempt on Trump's life? We heard it was 27 minutes. Then we heard it was 56 minutes. Then we heard it was over 90 something minutes, right? Now we're hearing more information about this too. It's not only that he felt threatened because of the pot of water, he felt threatened because she said, and I said it earlier, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I'm not kidding. This is not a joke. I'm not working on some new stand-up material. This is literally what he said out here in these streets. His reason, he felt threatened by an unarmed 5'4", 5'3", maybe 5'2", 100-something pounds wet. He felt threatened by this woman because she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I'm sorry. We got to do it. Huh? Like, what, you think she's just shooting out like weird hoodoo voodoo out of her fingers? I'm just saying. You know what? It seems like there was a demon inside him. Real talk. He had some evil spirits in him that suddenly had a problem with her saying, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Like, I'm just saying, so you can't be, so she was spiritual while being black? We've heard like biking while black. Okay. We've heard driving while black. Shoot. We've even heard just standing on the corner while being black, but I never seen someone being God-fearing while being black being a threat. This is a new one for me, guys. This is a new one. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting heated because this is some BS, okay? Again, I know that everybody and their mama has done that boiling Watergate. Did she throw the pot? Did she not throw the pot? It don't matter. It don't matter. Because again, if he sits there and says, I felt threatened by the words that came out her mouth, and out her mouth was, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. It wasn't like, I'm going to attack you. I got an explosive device in my hand. I'm going to, poke you with a sharp object. I'm about to pull out my gat and pew, pew, pew. None of those things came out of this woman's mouth. None of that. All she said is, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And this man's saying, this is why I felt threatened by a few choice words that have no meaning, revolving around the area of violence. Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. But hey, we gonna get into the conversation because I'm not joking. See, if I was joking, I would not pull up the Associated Press, the AP.com. You feel me? Okay, let's go. Let me just say, even the Associated Press is writing about this right now. As you can see, deputy who, of course, aimed his firearm, knowingly took the life of Sonya Massey, thought her rebuke in the name of Jesus indicated intent to unalive him. I'm sorry. What in the hell? Come on, guys. Let me just let that soak in for a minute. I'm sorry. I don't need to say sorry. I'm just saying sorry because I don't know what else to say right now. So rebuke you in the name of Jesus is a problem. Ha! Have mercy. Oh no, am I going to get shot for saying have mercy? My bad. Everyone put your pew-pew down. Just put them down. It's just a phrase. It's just a phrase. But let's get into this article. Yeah, this is real. This is not a joke. Mind you, and we got a video we're going to look at here too, but mind you, this is a guy who had many DUIs, had been kicked out of the military. Hold on. Let me bring his face back up here one time so y'all can see his mother-loving face. This man right here, Grayson, all right? He had been kicked out of the military. He has two DUIs. He has been in and out of departments, police departments, kicked out of 6 of them in the course of 4 years, y'all. And this is the same man that when he knocked on that door, he felt some type of way when he showed up. He was aggressive, he was rude, he was angry. And then this is the same guy that said, "Oh, I felt threatened when she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." What was she going to do? What was this woman going to do? Take your time. I'll wait. I'm kidding. I won't do that. But you see what I'm saying, though, right? Make that make sense. And this is what angers me because this is what gives cops a bad name. Okay? Situations like this. Okay? It's frustrating to me because let me say this really quick. There's a lot of really great cops out there. A lot of people, a lot of cops that will lay their lives on the line for every single civilian out there. And I commend every single last one of y'all. There are great cops out there. Okay? Just want you to know that before you think, oh, you just want to bash cops all day. Nah, I got better things to do, bro, than do this. But when you got stupid out here with a badge and a pew-pew out here and he's scared of a phrase like rebuke you in the name of Jesus, something ain't right. And again, let me repeat. He was kicked or moved, transferred from multiple precincts in the course of 4 years, and not once did any of those departments go, we need to fire your ass, and you never should wear the badge ever again. Not once. In fact, just so you know, before we go into this article, there was conversation. Allegedly, they were saying somebody within his department was like, why did they even hire you? How are you even hired right now? Interesting. That's a question that's being asked when you're the one who's in charge of the hiring and firing. So if you feel some type of way about this man should have been fired. This man should never have worn a badge. But like I said, which is wild to me, it's absolutely knuckin' futs to me, okay? Let me just keep it a buck. That there are people out here caping for this dude right now, saying what he did was justified. This is not justified. I'm sorry, it is not. Now that you hear this in the name of the hosies of the Jesus, come on, man. You know what? Thank God he said this, because I feel like a lot of these guys that are out here like trying to defend this dude right here, and some are ex-cops, some are former cops trying to defend this stuff. Okay. But it's funny how there's a lot of people on both sides of the spectrum, both sides of the political aisle, that are literally going, oh no, he messed up. And that was way before we heard about this information. But there are a few, very select few, that are saying, no, he was in the right. Right? But now you hear this information, I guarantee you a lot of them are going to be eating crow in a second, hat in hand, going, well, ma'am, we made a mistake. YouTube, we were wrong. So we want to say we sorry for saying what we said, because damn, he said that. That's just unjust, ma'am. That's what we should be hearing from some of these guys out here caping for the dude. Real talk. Real bloody talk. But let's get into this article, okay? Woo! I got heartburn. Let's continue. All right. So, the deputy sheriff who unjustly took the life of Sonya Massey, all right, in her Illinois home last month, said he believed that when the Black woman who called 911 for help, by the way, unexpectedly said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," that she intended deadly harm, according to the deputy's field report released Monday. Let's not forget, guys. I also, before we continue on, I just want to remind you of something else here, okay? We listened to the dispatch after the tragedy. Somebody out here tried to make it seem like it was self-inflicted as well. Let's not forget about that as well, okay? Let's not forget that piece as well. Because you want to know why that happened? And I said it in the other show covering this case, and I'll say it right now. It's because this dude knew he screwed up. He knew he made a massive, massive mistake. Massive. And suddenly they were out here doing everything they could to cover it all up. And they got it all on audio. He knew he messed up. He knew. And the fact that he's out here trying to plead whatever, whatever, in my personal opinion. But let's continue on. All right. So yes, he said, "I interpreted this to mean she was going to unalive me. Have mercy." This is what he said. He wrote this, adding that when he drew his pistol and Massey ducked behind the counter that separated him, he moved around the obstacle, fearing that she was going to grab a weapon. Now, we already know he's 30 years old, okay? He's facing first-degree aggravated battery, and official misconduct charges in the demise of the 36-year-old Springfield woman on July 6, which has drawn nationwide protests over the unaliving of Black people by police in their homes. Grayson has pleaded not guilty. What else is new? Surprise! I mean, I'm not really that surprised. And of course, his attorney, Foltz, has declined to comment. All right. But this is the dude that's out here patrolling. Like I'm telling you, I'm sorry, guys. You know, I have mad respect for the police that are doing the job in the most righteous way possible, in the most honorable way possible. But there are cops like this out here in these streets. Very, very bad cops that are out here, still got the badge, should not have had the badge. They should be a freaking bartender at this point. Okay. But they are still running around with their badge, still running around with their weapon, thinking that they're Judge Dredd out here in these streets. A pot of water, guys. a pot of water. You know, there's a couple things about that pot of water. We're going to talk about that in a second, because there's certain things that could have been done to avoid any of this BS, and they decided that, and they chose wrong choices, in my personal opinion. After thinking about it, after, you know, it's been a couple days or so since we've talked about this case, I sat down, I thought about it even more, and I'm like, you know what? There's some things here that just, they made mistakes on. And I'm talking about both of these officers. Both of them. We'll talk about that in a second, though. Okay? But moving on. So, of course, Massey's family, okay, has called for the resignation of Sheriff Campbell, who has refused to step down, arguing that problems in Grayson's past should have precluded a law enforcement assignment. Interesting. What I find interesting is that he refuses to step down. This mother lover should have stepped down immediately. And honestly, I'm going to hold that. I'm going to say some more here in just a minute, because we got a video from the actual, within this video is an interview with the sheriff, with Sheriff Campbell himself, him saying he's refusing to step down. Okay, we're going to talk about that because I got a lot to say about that. The family has hired civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump. I'm not surprised, okay, who did not immediately respond to requests for comment by phone, email, or text. Yeah, he busy, okay? He out here doing a lot of things for a lot of people, okay? But again, this officer is saying, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, apparently is an aggressive term. That he thinks that suddenly she's just going to go, Wingardi Leviosa, like it's some Harry Potter trick. Okay, by just using her magic fingers, she's going to turn him into a toad. Okay, it's kind of ridiculous, guys. Let's take a look at this video. All right, we got some things to look at, and there's this 911 audio from the family. The family's talking in here too. You're going to hear it in a second. Let's just rock and roll. All right. Let me know you guys can hear this by hitting the number 1 for me. Oh, and by the way, before we get going, please do me a solid. Hit that like button down below. Crush it. Do what it do. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit that follow button if you're watching other platforms. And of course, crush that subscribe button on my main channel. That would be amazing. Okay, guys. And let me get these super chats here really quick. Carbonized, thank you so much for being a member. His body cam tells the truth no matter what lie he tries to spin. R.I.P. Miss Massey. I agree 110%. Grace, thank you so much for your support. You lose your nursing license if you get a DUI. That should also apply towards law enforcement and other professions as well, in my opinion. I completely agree as well. And Tipsy, thank you so much for gifting 1 membership. And all I ask is any person that's watching the show, tuning in, all that stuff, please do me a favor. Do me the solid that whoever just became a member, please pay it forward. Okay? Open the door for somebody. Do something positive for somebody. Just spread positivity out here in the world, because we need a lot more of it. Okay? That's all I ask. But welcome to the family, the new member. Okay, guys, let's get into this video. All right? This is insane.
She gets upset, then she thinks everybody's after her, like paranoid schizophrenia.
Tonight, Sonya Massey's mother.
Now, I want to repeat this one more time right here. Just hear it again.
She gets upset, then she thinks everybody's after her, like paranoid schizophrenia.
So they say full on heads up, paranoid schizophrenia, okay? And you know that you should be handling her with kid gloves, handling her kindly, because she does have a mental health issue. That's it, right? But that's not how they handled her. And like I said, if you want to see the body cam, go check it out in my the only video I've done covering this case thus far. Okay, this is video number 2, just so you guys know, and there may be more coming, just so y'all know.
Tonight, Sonya Massey's mother heard on newly released 911 calls warning her daughter was having a mental breakdown.
And please don't send no combative policemen that are prejudiced, please.
And do not send no combative policemen that are prejudiced, please. Just saying. Fair warnings right here. Hey, I need you to take care of my mother properly. She's going through some things. All I'm asking you to do is when you do see her, show some compassion. That's all I'm asking. Show some compassion. And what happened? Not a damn thing.
Okay, well, that would be done of them, man. They just do their job, okay?
I'm scared of the police. Please,
Okay,
please
there's
help
nothing
me.
to be fearful of, man.
Did she have some strange premonition? She had every right. And you hear the dispatch. Well, let them handle let them handle the situation, ma'am. Listen. Takes 2 seconds to go, okay, I'll send that out. I'll let them know. Hey, could you just be kind, blah, blah, blah. I get it. If she gets aggressive, she gets aggressive. If she comes after you with a sharp object, yeah, act accordingly. But hey, she's going through a mental health. Maybe she's going through a spell right now. Please handle this situation with love and care. That's all we're asking. You could put that in when you dispatch out to these officers out here. Come on, guys. That's ridiculous.
The sheriff's office confirms that call came in 1 day before then Deputy Shawn Grayson shot and killed Massey in her Springfield, Illinois home.
I swear to God, I'll shoot you right in your face.
She said, again, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And he said, you better effing not. I'll aim this gun at you right in your effing face. Because she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Remember, I said this in the show. I was like, wait a second. Could he have been offended by her saying, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus? Maybe he's God-fearing too. Maybe he's a God-loving dude as well. I don't know. But it seems very odd that he would respond in this actual fashion, then pull out his weapon to aim it at this little woman that's unarmed. Golly.
I'll shoot you right in your face.
It sounds like Sonya's mom was trying.
Hold on, and we're going to go into that segment. But I want you to see something here, guys, okay? I want to point something out. I think a mistake could have been, or something could have been prevented. You want to know what it would be? What would it be, Pascal? Okay, I'll tell you. Stop. Why didn't they just go over there and turn off the fire themselves? Think about that for a second. Instead of them going, hey, you might turn off that fire? Hey, why didn't the cop or his partner at least walk over there and just turn it off themselves? Gives them an opportunity to check out the full full layout of the actual grounds of the area that they're in. If she has any type of, I'm just saying, any type of paraphernalia, any type of other weapons that may be laying around, that gives him an opportunity to go around and take a look while he's turning off the fire. Even so, just to see what's in the pot too. Could be anything in the pot. We live in crazy times. I'm just saying. Not saying that she was doing that. Not saying that that was the case. I'm just saying out loud. As a precaution, he could have just his partner could have just walked over there and turned off the fire himself. But they had her do it. Why? Again, why? Because if she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus while she was sitting down looking for her ID, he probably still would have been offended by it, but he wouldn't automatically think that she's out here trying to take his life. I guess I would assume. Right? She's sitting. She's looking through her bag. I mean, unfortunately, it might be a situation where as she's looking through her bag and she says, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, he might go, wait a second, she got something in her bag. Boom, boom. So that could have been the same situation as well. But think about it for 2 seconds. Think about it. Why didn't they just say, hey, yo, partner, can you go turn off that fire real quick? And just be done with it and move the F on. But they didn't do that. They let her turn it off. And then she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And then this mother lover got offended by it. And now she's gone. You realize this does not help his case, right? If he wrote in his reports that by her saying, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, made him feel all queasy inside, that is not an offense. That is not a viable offense at all. This does not help his case, which, yay. Okay? It doesn't help his case. It doesn't. It makes him look even more erratic, makes him look more volatile, violent. It shows a lot more malice. Oh, you can even throw in a prejudice as well. Because we see in the video when he walks up to the door and he's knocking, rapping on her chamber door. He's being rude. He's being curt. He's being unkind. Talking to her like she, doesn't understand a damn thing that's coming out of his mouth. And being very impatient with her. Then we go in there. And clearly he's already got something up his butt. Somebody peed in his Cheerios, Wheaties, steroids, whatever he puts in his body that morning. Made him feel some type of way. And then this is what happens. This does not help his case. Like I said, any of these cops that are out here, and not these cops, any of these people that are caping for this dude saying this is justified, I want to hear them say, see, now what happened was, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus really does mean something violent. I want to hear some of these mother lovers say, especially some of these guys that are out here going, oh, I love me some Jesus. I love me some Jesus. Wait for it. I want to hear them say from their own mouths, them trying to justify this phrase as being something that means violence. I'm waiting for it. Oh, and I'm going to sit and I'm going to wait. Trust. And when it happens and that BS comes out their mouth and they're trying to excuse this, woo! It's going to be a beautiful thing. And we're going to talk about it. Moving on. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Come on, man. Watch somebody say, see, now that so the son came in and she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. But, and the sun came out, but then there were firecrackers going off of the side. He had dirt in his eye. You see what I'm saying? And there was a lot of wind and he was just kind of squinting and it looked like he was, what she said, he couldn't hear because of the wind and the dirt in his eye and the sun, even though there was no sun outside, he was feeling some type of way. So yeah, he just felt threatened. And yeah, I understand. Yeah, I'm waiting for that BS. I'm waiting for it because somebody out here is going to say some BS and trying to justify that as being a threat. Let's move on.
It sounds like Sonya's mom was trying to warn authorities, potentially warn your agency. How does that hit you now, knowing what happened?
Well, I haven't heard the tape. I'm certainly concerned. I want our deputies to have all the information they can before they arrive. And so I don't know why that wasn't transmitted.
Sangamon County Sheriff Jack Campbell releasing Grayson's.
Hold on. Retire, man. Just step down. Retire. Okay? Okay? I will roll that back. I got to roll that back. So sorry, guys. I need to hear that one more again.
It sounds like Sonya's mom was trying to warn authorities, potentially warn your agency. How does that hit you now, knowing what happened?
Well, I haven't heard the tape. I'm certainly concerned. I want our deputies to have all the information they can before they arrive. And so I don't know why that wasn't transmitted.
Sangamon County.
Okay, so he's saying he has not heard the tape. So he hasn't heard. So why are you on TV? Why are you getting interviewed if you're not properly vetted about this whole situation? Sorry. But why don't you know about everything? Shouldn't you know the entire three-dimensional layout of this case by now before you sit down and do an interview? See, this is what frustrates the hell out of me when I hear, well, see, we don't have all the full, the investigation ain't done yet. Then don't conduct an interview until the investigation is done. Miss me with the nonsense. Miss me with the mother-loving nonsense, guys.
County Sheriff Jack Campbell releasing Grayson's personnel records showing 2 of his past employers said he needed more training. A third advised Grayson did not demonstrate good officer safety skills.
Let me just let that in here. Soak that in, guys. Needs more extensive training. He needs more training. He did not demonstrate good officer safety skills. Okay, Sheriff, what's his face, just gave that out, exposing that you got a bad apple in your department, and has been a part of many departments, by the way. Okay? 6 of them in the last 4 years, just to remind you guys. But really, you don't know everything revolving around this case? You didn't get the tape?
The sheriff tonight says he put Grayson through 16 weeks of training, adding Grayson's previous employers, namely Logan County, never informed him of allegations of misconduct.
That's a big problem, guys.
Including records show lying about a high-speed chase that violated department policy.
So, well, yeah, we did what we had to do. We had 16 weeks of training. He's fully properly ready and vetted for out there to be out there on the beat. He didn't do anything wrong. We did everything we could. Yet there's constant reports about him being a problem, and you think that, oh well, you know, a couple weeks of training will be just fine. It'll shake the bad apple right off of him. Come on, guys, this is short.
It's unfortunate. We needed the information, and it's a informal process, and it was not provided.
Logan.
Say that again, bruh.
Case that violated department policy.
It's unfortunate. We needed the information, and it's a informal process, and it was not provided.
Logan County.
So, one more time. What kind of BS did you just say? Hold up. What are you talking about?
That violated department policy.
It's unfortunate. We needed the information, and it's a informal process, and it was not provided.
So he needed more information, but he didn't get the information, but then he still put him out there to be a cop. Am I breaking that down correctly? It's very informal. No, it should be formal. Right? This is a person that you're going to be putting out here, a soldier out here in these streets. You're going to give him a sword at his side, you know, the pew-pew. You're going to give him a shield, okay, which is the badge. And he's going to be representing your department, whichever department he ends up being hired in. Aren't you going to make sure that that person's properly fit for the job 110%? I get it that there are some officers that make mistakes. We're human. There's a varying degree of reports being like he needs more proper training. There's so much misconduct, so on and so forth. That's a problem. A hiccup every once in a while, that okay. Or, you know, a hiccup, you know, hopefully there is no hiccups, but if there is a hiccup, I would hope that the proper department would reprimand them and make sure that that person's absolutely 110% suited for the job going forward. If they're not ready for the job, go become a barista. Go get another job. Okay? Find something, become a personal trainer. Something. But this man had multiple problems. Multiple. And you're saying this is This is not informal, guys. This is somebody who's running around with a gun on their side and saying that they are police, that is acting like they are Judge Dredd. That's a big problem. Big problem. That the law does not apply to him. In fact, he is the enforcer of the law. So he should realize that he should be on top of how he conducts himself when he has the badge on his chest. But you're hearing from the sheriff, y'all. This is from the sheriff of his most recent place of employment. And even this dude is moving the goalpost. That's interesting, guys. Let's go.
Logan County tonight not responding to our request for comment. Grayson's pleaded not guilty to charges related to Massey's death. His attorney declining to comment. Massey's family is calling on the sheriff who fired Grayson to resign. Will you resign?
I will not resign. I understand the pain that they're hurting and they want to hold somebody accountable. We are holding somebody accountable. That is Shawn Grayson. He did this. He alone did this.
Maggie Vespa, NBC.
Let me just say something really quick. Not Shawn. Sheriff Campbell, you need to resign. You need to resign like yesterday. I'm sorry. I said it and I don't care. You need to resign. In fact, this is what I say too. Let me just throw a little something in here too. You know what I'm saying? 6 departments in the past 4 years, if I'm correct, or maybe I have it the other way around, right? 6 departments in the past 4 years, right? That Shawn Grayson, former officer Shawn Grayson, was kicked out of. And then he got reassigned, right? He kept on getting put back into these departments. Every single one of those departments that have brought him in, all of those sheriffs should resign. That's what I'm saying. Because the thing is that if they stopped at job number 1 4 years ago, and he went on to, I don't know, do something else, Miss Massey would still be alive right now. Think about that for a second. It's not just Campbell, which is a problem. He needs to resign. But what about all of them? All 5 other, 4, because somebody was right in kicking him out. At least the first one said, no, we can't. No, we can't have you, man. And they let him go, right? Now, I don't know how it works, okay? I don't know if they go, well, we don't want you here in this department, so we're just going to send you over to this department. And if that's the case, if he was just transferred somewhere else, then that sheriff of that department should resign as well. This clearly shows a huge problem. And this is the reason why a lot of people side-eye police like a mug right now. Because of stuff like this. We looked at situations like Tyree Nichols and all of these other situations that have gone down, of showing nothing but corruption within the departments that these officers are actually in. This is a huge problem, guys. Huge. And this is exposing. This just exposed how bad and how corrupt this particular department at least is, and how actually corrupt all of these departments that have passed him on are. Instead of just throwing out this bad apple, they keep passing it on. They just keep throwing it in another batch. And another, and another, and another. That's terrible, guys. That is absolutely terrible. You realize that these are the people that are going to go out here, right? These are the people that are going to be going out here protecting and serving you. Let's not forget, too, bad apples can also affect the good apples as well. So if you got an apple out here that's acting like he is above the law, that he's more than anything, that he can do whatever the hell he wants, that he's Judge Dredd, whatever it may be. Oh, if I cut this corner here, then I can do this, or I'm going to cut this corner there. You don't think other people are getting inspired or, are getting influenced by his bad apple ways? I'm still wondering, why did they sit here and say, you know what? No, let's keep him. Just keep passing him through. Why? There are plenty of guys out here that would love to be a cop. Plenty of guys in the academy vying for a chance to be officer such and such. I get it. You protect your own. I get it. The boys in blue, or men and women in blue, the thin blue line, all that stuff. I get all that stuff. But at the same time, what in the hell? What the hell is really going on here? There should really be an investigation into all of the departments that he actually resided in, period. Any place that he served in, they should be looked into. And all of the sheriffs there, if not others, should step down, period, point blank. Let me get some of these super chats. S-Dubs, thank you so much. They always have non-lethal methods, tasers. Oh, yeah, and let's not forget the taser part, for sure. Let's not forget the taser part, okay? Not only that he could have gone up to his partner and say, hey, can you just turn off that fire? He can go and check out the area while he's walking over and turning off the fire. She didn't have to get up. The other thing is they could use tasers. And they could have used hands. Wait till she throws the pot of water and then take her down with their own hands. That could have happened too. Just don't put your knee on her neck. It'd be fine. She's little. Real talk. This woman should still be alive. Jacqueline, thank you so much. Keep up the good work, Pascal. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay. Army Mom, thank you so much for all the super stickers. I appreciate it. And schizophrenics have strong judge of character. I don't know if that's entirely true, but okay. Thank you so much for that statement, though. Okay. But still, very interesting that you see something like this. And I've heard, and we've been hearing in my neck of the woods just from so many people talking about this, commenting and all that. They're saying like when he pointed his weapon towards her, and when she said, after she said, I rebuke you, some people were saying that the demon inside him, had something to say, like had a huge problem, right, with her saying, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And let me be real. Yeah, it doesn't sound like a far-fetched idea anymore. Like I said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus is not a threatening term. It's not. It's not. So when are we going to start using logic? That's the main question I have here, because that's not a logical explanation of why this mother is no longer here. You mean to tell me that I rebuke you in the name of Jesus means something deadly when it means nothing of the sort? And if he was God-fearing, God-loving, however you say it, he would know that. He would know that. The other thing that really personally just digs at me is the fact that she was turning off a pot of a fire. She was turning off a fire. She didn't have any weapons in her hands. She didn't have anything. The only thing she did was say a phrase that triggered him. Like I said, make it make sense, guys. And this is the problem of the world that we live in today. Constant people feeling some type of way about law enforcement because of things like this. I was fearful for my life because he said this word. I was fearful for my life because he ran away from me. I was fearful for my life because he was standing on the corner. We've heard these stories a million times, but I have never heard I rebuke you in the name of Jesus being a deadly threat. That one is a new one for me. I'm going to say one more time. This man should resign. Every sheriff should resign that has ever passed him on, because let's be real, he is the leader. Just like when we look at the whole situation with the former director of the Secret Service, same thing over here. He knows exactly who's the good cop and who's a bad cop. And if he doesn't, that's another reason why he should be resigning. Because he clearly doesn't know a damn thing. But I'm telling you right now, he knew this kid was bad. He knew this kid was bad. But he's trying to move things around to make it seem like he's innocent. No, he ain't. He needs to resign. Anyway, guys, that is the show. I appreciate all y'all for being here. It really does mean a lot. I may be on tonight, okay? I may be on a little bit later on tonight. All right. I appreciate it. You for being on. It really does mean a lot. But if you can, please do me a favor. Yeah, people that's in here being rude for no reason. I don't know why, but it is what it is. People are entitled to their opinions. Anyway, hit that like button down below, please, and thank you. Hit it, crush it, do what you need to do. That'd be greatly appreciated. All right. And if you are watching on other platforms, don't forget to hit that reaction button like Facebook. And if you are watching on places like Facebook, X/Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, please be sure to hit that follow button. Don't forget to crush that subscribe button here on this main channel. That would be amazing. Go over to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. Subscribe over there as well. That would be dope. Please and thank you. Support this channel. Hit that join button down below. Like some of you guys were gifted some memberships today. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Thank you so much to those who gifted them those memberships. But please, by all means, hit that join button down below. If you want to support the channel even further, hit that join button over on my Patreon, patreon.com/The Pascal Show. All right, guys, it is time to get going. Justice for Sonya all day long. All right, guys. But man, does this look bad for that police department. And man, does it look bad for Shawn Grayson. But wilder things have happened, guys. So hold on to your butts. Anyway, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. Let's not forget that, guys. We'll talk soon. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.